of the first comedic legends that had a career spanning over 80 years. He was a child star that became a Hollywood legend. With his childish behavior and being another highest paid actor of his time, he grew up on the big screen in front of many audiences. He is the witty Mickey Rooney, and this is his basic biography. Early life. Mickey Rooney was born on the 23rd of September 1920 in New York City, USA. He was able to take to the stage at a young age, with his parents being stage actors at the time, performing many comedic skits and even dancing in front of various audiences around the 1920s. Due to his age and being only 17 months at the time, he was only able to play child performances and being able to be the first toddler to perform on stage with a chance of being a child actor. The mid-1920s was the year he would be a breakout star, and he was able to attend school whilst being a child actor, which was a benefit for him for the young Mickey Rooney. Being a young actor on a comedic and even showmanship scene. His parents would split, and he would manage to continue his education in Hollywood and attend schools with well known actors and actresses at the time, even being able to play stock characters in many film productions in Hollywood. Then graduating from school in the 1930s before making it to the big scene of Hollywood and even getting his own big break on the silver screen, as well as being a Hollywood legend in general. Acting career. Rooney was able to make his mark on Broadway during the 1930s, as he was able to star in various roles before the 1930s. He was the only child actor, or one of the child actors in Hollywood, who was able to star in the silent era. This meant he would be one of the first child actors of the silent era who would successfully make it on the big screen before many children at the time, due to his success and young age. Whilst growing up with his parents, who were stage performers, he would sometimes use his talents on stage and use it on the big screen. This would be used in his first big screen performance, which was called The Beast of the City in 1932, as he was able to guest star in a film as a son of Captain Jim Fitzpatrick, played by Walter Huston. Rooney would still carry on playing as a child actor based on his looks and his age during the 1930s and even in the 1940s. Rooney would be able to work with more actors and even big known actors in the 1930s. Actors such as Tom Mix and himself would be in a movie called My Pal the King in 1932. Both Olivia de Havilland and James Cagney co-starred with Mickey Rooney in The Midsummer Night's Dream in 1935. And then Mickey Rooney would be able to play his character in that film on stage in the same year. Finally, starring with uh, Spencer Tracy in Captain Courageous in 1937. He was a child star that would get any role he wanted and even star in very prime part of Hollywood and even in very good cinema appearances. Child star to cinematic legend. Mickey Rooney was a bankable star during the 1920s to the 1930s, where he was a child star who grew up on the big screen, with many young audiences want to see his films. However, once World War II started, Mickey Rooney was drafted into the army during the 1940s, as he would still continue to act and fight for his country. He would have a chance to perform in front of troops who were fighting for their country, and even was able to entertain many audiences around the world with his witty humor and wisecracking facade. In the same period of World War II, around 1939 to 1945, he starred in many blockbuster films that people would spend time watching and still acting with Hollywood greats. Movies such as Babe in My Arms in 1939, a movie that a famous song called Good Morning, and even starred both young Mickey Rooney with an upcoming actress Julie Garland. They would be an on-screen couple, and would star again in the movie Strike Up the Band in 1940, with this movie being another musical. He would go on to moving to England and starring in England in the sequel to a movie called called a sequel movie called Yank at Eton in 1942, where he was an American student at Eton College. This would be also including endorsements based on joining the army in World War II. Finally, his final film with Julie Garland was Girl Crazy in 1942, as this movie was based on Rooney's rich boy character living in the American West with Julie Garland. The film just before the end of this was the film just before the end of World War II, and another World War II, or just before the end of World War II, was called National Velvet in 1944, with none other than the young Elizabeth Taylor co-starring. After the war had ended, Mickey Rooney was older and would not be able to take any child roles or any young, but only can take comedic and young adult roles due to his age and experience during the Second World War. Personal life and final years. Mickey Rooney would be married at least 8 times during his lifetime. His first wife was legendary actress Ava Gardner, with the couple being married from 1942 to 1943. Second wife was Betty Jane Race, and their relationship lasted from 1944 to 1949, with the couple having 2 children. Third wife was Martha Vickers, with their relationship lasting from 1949 to 1951. They only had 1 child. Fourth wife was Elaine Devery, and that relationship lasted from 1952 to 1958, with with 2 children coming out from that couple. Fifth wife was Barbara Ann Thomason, and they were married from 1958 to 1966. They had 4 children together. Sixth wife was Marge Lane, and then his seventh wife was Carolyn Hockett, with the couple having at least 2 children from the relationship, and their relationship lasting from 1969 to 1975. His final wife was Jane Chamberlain, with their relationship lasting from 1978 to his death in 2014. He was able to win many awards and be nominated for many awards during his performances. Awards such as the Academy Awards, Golden Globes, and Tony Awards, even the Emmy Awards, were given to him during the span of the 1930s to the 1990s. In the 1950s, he was able to perform in more movies and would spend time playing real life characters, soldiers, and even security guards. He would be able to act in great roles, such as playing the I.Y. Unishi in the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's in 1961 with Audrey Hepburn, then starring with Spencer Tracy again in 1963's It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. He will still be able to act in his later life, even able to act on television with his own television show called The Mickey Rooney Show in the 1950s, and would guest star in many TV programs. His final film was Night at the Museum 3 in 2014, and his last TV performance was a guest star in The American Dad in 2015, a year after his death. Death and Legacy. Sadly, Mickey Rooney passed away on the 6th of April 2014 at the age of 93. He died of natural causes and had some health issues before his death. He was remembered for being a child star at a young age, and classed as a comedic legend with his childish behavior in the mix. In some cases, he would be classed as one of the last surviving actors of the silent era, and he would became a comedic actor as well during in the 21st century, even able to star in movies alongside actors such as Ben Stiller and David Carradine during the 2000s, as well as Academy Award winner Rami Malek. Mickey Rooney would be able to inspire other actors and even gain a legacy that of a child actor can grow up on the big screen and even make it big in Hollywood. Many actors of his generation until now still regard him as a legend and has spent long time in Hollywood with heavyweight actors and actresses wanting to be part of their movies and still making movies even at an old age and being part of one of the longest Hollywood careers in his lifetime, or one of the actors with a longest career of their lifetimes. This child actor became a legend overnight and even over 8 decades. Now, thank you for watching. My name is Suki Cookie, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't done so. Thank you. Bye.